Blue Hunnets, my boy.
Nice.
The logo is so cool.
It is really cool. Did you think it was a Geodude for ages?
No, I knew it's clearly a Squirtle squad.
I mean, when you can see it, but like initially, if you just glance at it, it looks like a Geodude.
I mean, like the arms do, but the faces are like. Oh man, I'm such a big fan of the animes. Like, I'm no Squirtle squad, man.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But,
He was badass.
yeah, I wish they should have recruited. They should have drafted Squirtle.
And yeah, we got the Blastoise. So like,
I mean, yeah, I guess follow me. Like
the bigger brother. War Turtle isn't actually a bad shout, I guess.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Probably a hidden C pick for the future, for next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, all jokes aside, this is probably one of my favorite weeks I think we've ever had. Up till this week facing Blue Hunnets. Like, this is before we get started, we are reviewing Blue Hunnets from last week first, and then we're going to review Dream Ball from this week.
So we got another double whammy.
Yes. And Keen is away busy with socializing and stuff, probably, so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is personally my favorite game for a few reasons. Like, I feel in previous weeks we've had a plan, but it's never really like worked out the way we want it to.
Well, not Skull worked, but like
yeah, not Skull worked, but like that wasn't like
that was like an extreme case. Like
yeah, but it wasn't
nothing
like
they could do.
from a viewer point. That's not like a great game to watch because watching sweeps aren't entertaining. I feel like this was like there was basically no hacks in this game, and it was decided really fairly, but it was really close, and it was a really back and forth game. So I like that.
Yeah, it was coming down right to the final few turns.
It did come down to it, and if they would have attacked the Excadrill,
we'd have still been fine. We had the Scarf Victini. Like that was our plan going in. That turn.
I think there's a way they could have got us. But yeah, when we recap the actual turns, I'll remember it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we should start from the beginning then, with our dual screen Superior.
Yes. They led Lele Sharpedo into Mr. Mime Superior.
I mean, Sharpedo as a lead was completely unexpected.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fair enough. It does quite well. It puts a dent in pretty much all of our team.
Yeah, like looking back over our team, I can see that Sharpedo is a good lead, but we just didn't think it would be.
And if we lead with something like Follow Me plus Porygon Z, they can get that speed boost on turn 1, still outspeed us on turn 2, redirect with the Destiny Bond. Well, not redirect, but like, go for the Destiny Bond.
Yeah.
And then whatever we've just boosted on turn 1 to try and sweep, is immediately gone.
Yeah.
So I can see the logic behind that. That Destiny Bond on that Sharpedo was massive.
Oh yeah, it was. Like,
I think we got quite fortunate turn 1 in regards to Lele switching out. I feel like if Lele stayed in...
Yeah, that would have been bad, but I can, like, the play made total sense going out to Togetic, because based on facing down a Mr. Mime Superior, if you follow me with the Sharpedo next to you, then what are they going to do? We're just going to be...
I suppose Psychic isn't doing anything to Mr. Mime in Light Screen.
Yeah, so like the Togetic made some sense.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we Leaf Stormed into the Lele because we predicted to protect. We missed our boost, didn't end up mattering, but if they would have stayed in and we hit, that would have been nice.
Yeah, but well, it was fortunate as well that they went on the fight screen rather than switching out initially, because then they would have still had the speed boost. Speed boost is Sharpedo next to a Lele, so they'd have still been able to do something rather than just have to sacrifice Sharpedo that turn. Even though the Destiny Bomb was amazing and stopped our Superior sweep, we would have still had to take something from the Lele, because that's what they would have been switching out to. But well, I guess they would have switched out to Steelix because that's what they switched out to. But yeah, then we'd have lost Mr. Mime and Superior, because we'd have lost Superior to the Destiny Bond, and then Heavy Slam would have killed Mr. Mime. So we did get quite fortunate with that struggle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they would have switched out and we connected on the turn it wanted to switch out when it stayed in struggled. If we would have connected that Leaf Storm on something coming in, we would have been in a really strong position.
Oh yeah.
Because then we probably follow me and attack the thing that's not Sharpedo. Because by that point we probably got Reflect up. Well, we did have Reflect up.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, like looking over the turns, the Reflects actually didn't come in. Oh, the Reflects and Light Screens barely came into play. It came into play with the double Earthquake on Porygon. But outside of that was... we got attacked on the screens, like, effectively.
Yeah,
because
kind
they
of.
always ran out one turn before. If we'd have done it the other way around, the light screen reflects the other way around, then we'd have been able to get a light screen on the Deoxys and the Lele. So then we'd have really not had to worry about Excadrill going down. But
Yeah, well, I did the calc because, well, I mean, our Excadrill was had enough speed to outspeed Modest Lele.
it was timid Rotom,
if they were Modest Lele, we would have outsped them and killed them.
Yeah.
With Ironhead. But I did the calc on Timid Max Z move.
Yeah, I did the same.
It does like 98 max or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna claim nice eating on my part when I didn't.
Well,
it's
98 max on 0-0 Excadrill. So it couldn't have got us without the crit.
Yeah.
And if they were Modest to get the power, then we would have outsped them.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
Difference. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but when our Superior went down, like to that Destiny Bond, when we Leaf Stormed into Sharpedo, that was basically like a massive thing because our Superior pretty much would have just won the game by itself.
It would have just swept through their team. They could have gone into Deoxys and been brought down to the Sash and got off an attack, but we would have still had Mr. Mime follow meing for a good couple of more turns before.
Yeah, and we had Taunt if they go to Togetic, and Leaf Storm hits everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, they had no grass resist outside of Togetic, so
it was looking extremely good for us if that didn't happen. But it happened, and it was a very, very good play.
That was very nice.
Yeah. What was our Superior called? I think it was called Beatdown. Fairy Cousin Beatdown. They loved our nicknames.
Yeah, we always name one of the members on the other team as the Superior's name because they're always the snakes. So.
Yeah, it's like a little joke. Yeah, nothing personal, but it's just a bit of banter.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was watching the game, they're like, they like us so much they want to be us or something, you know.
Yeah.
They're trying to copy our names. They want to be us. Yeah. To be fair, they played amazing this week, but we'll get onto that.
They played very well.
Yeah. After we set Porygon up and we had the Swords Dance on Excadrill.
Well, setting up the Swords Dance was a big turn, because if they'd have gone for double Earthquake, then that would have been horrible for us.
Yeah.
So we had the Mr. Mime out, and we managed to call the Groundium Z and the Heavy Slam. Well, not so much the Heavy Slam, it was more just the Groundium Z, whether they went for that or Earthquake, because we figured that they would know that Mr. Mime had wide guards and would figure it out.
Yeah. If they did any chip to Excadrill, that Lele would have killed Excadrill at the end.
Yeah. So
that was quite big. The fact we kept Excadrill healthy for all those turns was very huge.
Yeah, it was very good.
The Swords Dance was massive too. That was the last minute edition, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had.
Didn't really have a third move for it, so we just was like,
we had Earthquake, but then we didn't think we needed it because we didn't have anything to Earthquake next to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, put Swords Dance on, why not?
Yeah.
Ended up being huge.
Yeah, it was a very nice addition.
Turns out boosted Z moves are quite strong.
Yeah, even through Protect.
Which we tried to go. Yeah, which we tried to go for this week as well against Dream Ball with the Superior, but yeah.
Yeah.
Boosted Z moves are very strong. Yeah. So what was the situation? What happened?
Well, what with the Swords Dance? Because they had.
So no. The turn I'm thinking is we had Porygon set up and we had Excadrill set up, and then they just went into Deoxys. And was it Lele? I think it was Lele.
Yeah. Well, we had got the Togetic switch in as well, where we could have gone for the super effective hits and then switched it up so that we Shadow Balled the Togetic switch in rather than. Actually, the Shadow Ball wasn't super effective, but.
No. But my point is on the turn they had Deoxys plus Lele.
Yeah.
Against Excadrill and Porygon, because we went for Shadow Ball on Deoxys, which brought it to its sash, and we went for Ironhead and Lele. Kill it.
And the sand had run out that turn before, which is annoying.
If they would have, I didn't see a Team Ball because they didn't release one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if they would have had Superpower, or even their Psychic move, even like that might have been more powerful than Lele's Z move actually. If that Deoxys would have attacked into Excadrill and took it out, instead of taking out Porygon, and then like if they were able to take out Excadrill with their Deoxys, kill Excadrill, and then finish off our Porygon with the Lele, then we would have been in a lot worse position.
Yeah, it would have been pretty bad. But like, we still had a Scarf Victini, but that wouldn't have been ideal because we'd have surely had to lock into V-Create, and then we're reducing our speed.
Yeah, yeah. And they had Shadow Ball on Lele, I heard them say.
Yeah, they did say that at one point.
Yeah, after we reduced our speed, like, they just Shadow Ball us with the Lele.
Yeah.
So I think we wouldn't have not been in a very good situation had they have done that. But I'm not sure if they had a way of killing Excadrill with the Oxys.
I don't know.
But,
it would be interesting to see if they had the fighting move, but it would have had to be that.
In general, they haven't been running it, and like they should, because on a Sashmon you don't need to be like timid, or you don't need to be more like modest. You can be the minus defense natures, and then you can run max special attack with max attack.
Yeah.
And you probably still outspeed everything.
Well, they would have still been able to outspeed Serperia.
Because
So, yeah.
having the mixed option of going for superpower and the special one is really strong.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's something they should do more with their Deoxys.
I think they've been going for Signal Beam to hit the Dark types, and that's like twice as weak as the potential.
Yeah, yeah. Like the superpower would have helped them in previous weeks, like where it would have actually got kills against the Signal Beam, where it didn't.
Yeah.
But no, that's just something for them if they're watching.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it. It came down to a little bit of a 50-50 at the end-ish.
Well, like, from their point of view, it was a 50-50, but the fact that we had the Scarf Victini to go into, it wasn't actually really a 50-50 for us. It was just the safest play.
Well,
So,
it kind of like we could have still lost that situation if they would have attacked Excadrill. They could have still won. If they didn't protect Steelix that turn, they could have won. Because what they could, if we protect Blastoise and they finish off Excadrill with Deoxys,
yeah.
and they don't protect Steelix, then they can bring in.
We bring in Victini.
Yeah, we bring in Victini. We've just protected a Blastoise. They can, if they get the roll to kill Blastoise with Deoxys, Blastoise is dead. We've got Victini with V-Create.
Don't we just recreate the Deoxys, though?
If we recreate the Deoxys, we die to Earthquake.
Yeah, but then Blastoise wins, because it hasn't taken any damage.
I suppose.
Like, that was the logic of the play.
I suppose. They could have protected Deoxys and gone for an Earthquake.
That would have been the correct play, but
And
would they have expected the Scarf? I feel like they would have attacked if they attacked and killed the Excadrill with Victini coming in.
I suppose attacking makes sense for them, but if they would have protected Deoxys and gone for an Earthquake, and Scold didn't kill Steelix, and they didn't get burned, then we would have lost that game. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
They'd have to hit Psycho Boost, but I think it's got high accuracy-ish.
It's 90%, so
yeah,
it's reasonable.
Yeah, so that endgame wasn't unwinnable. It was just, it was very, very close game. One of my most enjoyable played games.
Yeah, I would say it's probably my favourite game as well.
Yeah. And I think that brings on to the current week.
Yeah, so moving on to Dream Ball now. This was...
Yep.
We hadn't prepared as much for this one, because we didn't have as much time, because I had exams going into this week. Yeah, we ended up playing the day before my final exam. So we were preparing for Blue Hunnets, and we said to Dream Ball that if we didn't feel prepared enough to fight them, then we would probably have to delay it until after the internationals, because both with me, Wolf, and Marcus were all going to the US internationals, so we were
it was a time
constraints.
We were playing Blue Hunnets the next day after these, and we were kind of focusing our prep on Blue Hunnets.
Yeah.
And then the day before we played, we were messaging them, being like, when can we get this done? And we kind of was like, yeah, we're probably not gonna have enough time. Let's, put this back to after internationals.
Yeah.
But it was, they said, if you feel like you can get a team together, let's play tomorrow. So the day before, the afternoon before we played, we basically got the go-ahead that we're playing the next day.
Yeah, and this was just before my exam as well. We were going to play on the day of my exam, but we would have to prepare the team before my exam, so I had to sacrifice my revision to get this team done.
Yeah, so we really didn't have much prep time.
Yeah.
But I feel in the prep time we had, we came up with a pretty damn good team.
I would say with the least amount of prep time, we've come up with the most solid plan we had so far, which I think is quite impressive.
Obviously they didn't have as much prep time as well. That must be, stated as well.
Yeah.
They didn't have as much prep time. We didn't have as much prep time.
Yeah,
we've got
both
three,
built
we've got
both
three
our teams in
people.
like a day.
Maybe we've got an advantage in being able to prep quicker. Who knows? But basically, what we predicted to happen happened. I predicted a Scrafty Zapdos lead, or a lead with Zapdos plus something which switches to Scrafty and Zapdos protects.
Yeah.
That was what I predicted, and that's kind of what happened.
Well, it is exactly what happened.
It is exactly what happened.
But apart from Zapdos not going for Protect, which is very ideal for us.
If that Zapdos would have gone for Protect...
that would have been the worst situation.
It would have been
then
so
they've got the Fake Out onto the Victini and the probable Electrium onto the Blastoise. They also haven't released a team builder, so...
We don't know their sets. I wish we'd be able to be more informed on what we were saying here, but we don't know how much speed or HP or special.
Well, I did ask. I asked Dreamball at the Internationals, and they did say that Zapdos wasn't max speed, which is very big for us because then that means that there wasn't a speed tie. It was just Victini outspeeding. Which
means there was no hacks in the entire game.
Yeah, it was a super clean game, which is what you always want.
Yeah, we had two clean weeks.
Yeah.
Blue Hornet Sanders, there was no hacks really. So that's nice. Apart from we missed Leaf Storm, but that didn't really matter.
Well, it didn't matter because of Destiny Bond. But...
Yeah, no. Basically, like if you look at our team, it struggles. So, like we can't bring Tyranitar here. Like it's so bad. It's so bad. We cannot bring it.
Excadrill literally just for Zapdos and to an extent Bronzong, but.
Yeah, Excadrill maybe, but Zapdos can outspeed. It can have Heat Wave. They could run Fire EMZ.
Yeah.
They've got Scrafty. They've got Drifblim to burn it if they want. They've got Zygarde, which just beats it.
Even Absol with Superpower.
Yeah. They've got a lot of ways of beating it. So the stuff that we want to use to beat Zapdos, we can't really bring because their team basically beats that stuff. And if you look at what's left, we don't have much that really wants to take on that Zapdos. I mean, Dragalge maybe, but like it's not going to be doing to the point where it's going to kill. It's going to do harm.
It would have beat it 1v1, but there was always going to be something next to the Zapdos. So.
Yeah, but like even if it's 1v1, we could do maybe 40-50%, then they're going to roost it off.
Yeah, true.
So it was just basically a nightmare, and the Zapdos was the only thing really on their team that threatened our Blastoise.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. If we can get rid of the Zapdos, then we can use Blastoise. But the problem is, how do we get rid of Zapdos? It's so good against our team. How do we get rid of it? And we went with basically, you could call it a best of one strat. I mean, does it mean, because we caught them off guard this time that we're better players? Probably not. They're going to see it coming next time and etc. If we played a best of 3, maybe they probably would have won.
Well, a best of 3 is entirely possible in Top Cup.
Yes, so. But I mean, this format isn't best of 3; it is best of 1.
Yeah, so you do need to have the context.
Yeah, we caught them off guard with the best of 1 strat, and it worked. If it didn't work, I feel like we just lost.
I think so.
We would have had to rely a lot on the Porygon, which we didn't even bring at all.
Yeah.
Maybe Hyper Beam could have took care of Zapdos.
It would have done. Like the Choice Specs Hyper Beam KO'd everything that wasn't a ghost or Heat.
Yeah, they had the Drifblim switch, which, we can click Ice Beam, which is probably more likely because the Zygarde. Yeah. But if we went for Hyper Beam, they could have switched in Drifblim.
Yeah. But we did take the risk with Victini as well, not going with Choice Scarf, because what we predicted with the Zapdos and something lead, Choice Scarf would have guaranteed that we got the final Gambit off. But if they didn't lead Zapdos, in every other situation, Assault Vest was better than Choice Scarf.
Yeah, because their team is not one-dimensional at all. Yeah. Like just because we called their lead, or called what they were going to bring, doesn't mean that they were locked into that stuff. They could have brought Ordino. Like if they would have brought Tangler, Ordino, and Calm Minded, that probably would have swept us as well.
Oh yeah.
So they had a lot of other things, but we had to, put our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, we went for a big read even before the game started. We went for a big read. So
yeah,
and
we had to.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it probably had Raw to get rid of the boosting, like Porygon Z.
I would assume so, because they would have to be prepared against the possible conversion. It's a shame. Yeah. I would like to know, but there's not a team builder, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the team builder. I'd like to have seen their reaction to Final Gambit and the reasoning behind their plays, because I feel like even after we got rid of Zapdos, I feel like we played pretty much immaculately.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like every read we were pretty much winning, which helped a lot. You know, if we didn't get those reads, maybe they could have got set up with Zygarde a bit more.
Yeah, I think based on our play after the Zapdos went down, because like the way we played meant that they couldn't do anything. We locked down a potential Dragon Dance.
Yeah, they didn't really have many options after Zapdos was gone.
Yeah.
We had like a pretty much a safe path to victory if we just followed it properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're pretty fortunate to get to the end point without losing any ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was really nice.
I thought we'd lose a few, but managing to get that 5-0 was pretty nice.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny as well that Dragalge's debut was literally just to switch into a Solar Beam, and that was it. True. Although, like, it was more than that, because we had the Rotom and the Dragalge next to each other with Draft coming in to Fake Out. Dragalge also used itself as the bait for the Fake Out, which meant that we could get the switch into Serperior while putting it in range of Grassy and Z. So the fact that it's the fact that it was a dragon, just a dragon on the field was really
having it on the team also dissuaded them from bringing the Audino, probably.
I think so.
I mean, we'll never know, but
well, we hopefully.
I mean, they had Bronzong and Audino.
Currently, they haven't uploaded their side of the game. But, yeah. Okay, you're super cutting up, Miller. I didn't hear.
Yeah, maybe they did have an alternate trick room. Like, yeah, you've gone really bad.
Yeah, well, I am back on my farm internet now, unfortunately. So, I guess we're still going to
back to the farm.
I know, right? I miss my university internet. Yeah, what were we saying?
Oh, you sound good now. That's
okay.
Fine.
I always sound good.
I said that they could have had an alternate trick room mode with the Bronzong Audino.
Well, knowing them, they would have definitely had like alternative plans, alternative backup plans.
Yeah.
So.
But seeing the Dragalge maybe would have dissuaded them from that. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Another thing, one of our people commented on our video, which I didn't pick up on, with the team we brought. We actually didn't bring much for a Bronzong. Like if we planned to sack Victini, we had Aura Sphere, Ice Beam, and Blastoise. Like just grass HP ground Serperior.
Yeah, hope that it's heat proof for the Victini and HP ground it with Serperior.
Even Porygon, we were like Tri Attack, Hyper Beam, Ice Beam, and something else. But it wasn't like good against Bronzong.
Yeah.
Like, and Dragalge only had Scald, because Dragon and Poison it resists and is immune to.
Yep.
And Rotom, like the best move
we'd have had to rely on the Rotom.
Thunderbolt on Rotom, yeah. So that
to be fair, like
we maybe overlooked that a bit. If they would have brought Bronzong, that could have been a bit of a problem for us.
Yeah, maybe that's something to look into for the future if we face them in Cup.
Yeah, make sure we're not as weak to Bronzong in the future.
Yeah, or is this a double bluff if you're watching Dream Ball?
Nah, we can't afford to like, just lose to one of them ones again.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. It's a shame that they didn't upload.
Well,
hopefully
they currently haven't uploaded. I do hope that they still do because like Wolf is busy in America.
Yeah, they both have been very busy, with the internationals and just life in general.
Yeah.
So maybe they get some time in the coming week to upload it. If not, never mind. Hopefully they'll upload the Top Cut match against us.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we talk about the other games quickly, or do you feel like this is long enough of a video?
Well, it's 20 minutes at the moment, and our record is half an hour, I think. So.
Okay, we'll gloss over the other games.
Yeah.
Say what we thought.
Well, it's slightly less to talk about than there would be because Cyberbaz and Juice are uploading today, like in a few hours.
Yes, I have seen that game. I'm just gonna say I've seen it, but I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen the game, so I won't be able to.
All I'll say is it's fantastic. Definitely go and watch the match on Cybertron's channel today at 3 p.m. EST or 8 p.m. BST.
Or on.
So go and check that out. But the other games have been played and have been uploaded, so we can talk about those.
Yeah. Should we start off with like We Disney? I would say.
I think it's Chimpax today. I think it was Kenny's yesterday.
Okay, right, fair enough. But yeah, We Disney versus Blue Hunnits.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I feel like the match was a very good match. I feel like. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. I feel like the team matchup was in Blue Hunnits' favor a lot. Like they had a Kyurem, against a very like a team which can't deal with Kyurem very well. So much so they even had to go with Lionhead on Gyarados for it.
Yeah.
Basically, like that Kyurem was so good. They had a good matchup. If they would have gone Trick Room as well, they could have done really well.
Well, I think that
But I don't feel like I feel like Disney played what they could. I feel like they played well. I feel like there's not much more.
Yeah, like the Kyurem Togetic lead
Sorry,
was...
I didn't hear that.
Oh, well, I've only just started talking. The Kyurem Togetic lead was definitely unexpected for Wii Disney. And the way they led, they didn't really have much for it. So it was a really nice lead from...
Yeah.
They've got their hard Trick Room mode, and hard Trick Room, if the Trick Room goes up, then Wii Disney will struggle. So they would have surely prepared for that mode, and then catching them with the Kyurem Togetic was a really nice...
Yeah, prepared to beat hard Trick.
Like, did they even bring the Oranguru? I don't think they did they?
Yeah, it was basically just really... I'm not sure. But I was watching it from the Blue Hunted side because that got uploaded first.
Same.
And just like their thought processes, what they were thinking going into each turn, it was... They basically were covering all the options really well.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really much Disney could have done in that situation, to be honest. So just well played to Blue Hunt. It's like nice.
Yeah, it was like they I think they're playing really well. They played really well against us. They played really well against Wii Disney. I don't think their score is reflective of their...
They played phenomenally versus us.
Yeah.
With how strong we played that game against Blue Hunters, and they still had win cons going into 3 turns left.
Yeah.
Like, that was impressive. That was really impressive. So, yeah, just Blue Hunters, basically. No one on the analyst or the public, no one picked Blue Hunters to win that game. So, coming up from nowhere, basically. The underdog.
Yeah, it is always nice when the underdogs win.
I hope they win some more, because I like seeing Blue Hunters win. They deserve to win. They've got a good team and they're playing well. So
they can still cut. Like,
if they get flawless, they can
exactly.
still... Yeah, and they've got rid of the top 4 teams now.
Yeah.
So, in theory, maybe some easier games on the horizon. Maybe not. Who knows?
Well, it's matchup dependent, isn't it?
Yeah. Team Wii Disney, on the other hand, has got 4 games left just against the top 4 from last year. So they got to win half of those games to make cut. So that's going to be difficult, big ask of them. We're facing them last, so maybe they'll have cut by the time we face them, maybe they won't.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it either way.
Oh yeah, same. Then we've got Drinking Birds.
What other games?
Leaky. Like Drinking Birds are now
Drinking
the first team to cut the NBL.
Yeah, they've cut. They've gone 6-1.
I've been saying right from the beginning that I'm expecting Drinking Birds in the final.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to face them again. I feel like we didn't do ourselves justice in the first game we played against them.
Yeah, well, like we're like a lot more used to our team now because we that was the very first game, and
yeah, we're a lot more.
We did have to get used to this team.
It is, yeah, because of how the team works. It's so intricate with each other. We did take a bit of time to get used to how to use it. I still say we're not 100% there yet, but we're doing pretty well.
I would say so.
So I'm looking forward to maybe facing them again in Top Cut, maybe the final. Who knows? But either way, we'll be playing for that second slot to get the bye in Top Cup.
Yeah, it's a shame that Leaky didn't actually end up beating Drinking Birds because we would have been in first place if they had.
Yeah, if Leaky would have beat Drinking Birds, we would have been ahead on differential, and so we would have been first. But hey, we've got future weeks. Maybe Drinking Birds will drop a game against someone at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not. They seem pretty unbeatable at the moment.
Yeah, their play is very solid at the moment. Their prep as well.
The Sub-Zero Slammer on
that's probably my
Pheromosa in the previous week was pretty damn tasty.
Yeah, I did like that.
I like that.
Yeah, and then they forgot the Z move entirely this week, which is something that you need to watch out for. Because if you see a Pokemon with no item, then that's the Z move Mon, and they also don't have their Z move, so that's an advantage for the teams.
Yeah, unless they have acrobatics. But yeah,
acrobatics for Pheromosa, probably unlikely.
I don't think it even learns it. So,
yeah.
You know, it was a really close game, but the Drinking Birds just focused down one side a bit faster.
Yeah,
I think Leaky had a Monza number advantage, but they just focused down on one side and finished it off with 2-on-1.
Well, they got into their Trick Room with Rhyperior, which would be really, really good against Drinking Birds, but then Rhyperior died straight away. So
yeah, the Shuckerberry on Metagross.
Shuckerberry Grass Knot was very nice prep.
The Grass Knot Okoing that Rhyperior.
Yeah, well, they went for Lightning Rod rather than for the Heliolisk rather than Solid Rock.
If they would have just gone Solid Rock, I'm sure they would have lived that.
Well, they would have lived, but then they'd have been in bullet punch range. So
yeah, but still, like they'd be in range of dying to a teammate where they could protect it or something.
True.
If they got the ground DMC on it. But no, yeah, that was an intense game. And I hope Leaky wins some more, because I feel like they're a really good team that they deserve a better record than what they got.
Yeah, same.
What other games did we have? We had Callum Subs versus Flawless.
Yeah.
That was a very well played game from Subs.
That was, yeah. They could have. They probably shouldn't have Mega Evolved their Lucario to keep the inner focus, but I can see why they did, because it would.
Callum kept saying he was going to Mega Evolve and Protect, which is what he should have done, but decided to Mega Evolve and Attack, which is fair enough.
Well, like, Mega Evolving and attacking or protecting made them different because they went for Fake Out into Mega Lucario.
The Crobat was so good, like, just turn 1, not being able to be faked out, threatening the KO on Hooper.
Yeah.
That was really big. Although it didn't hit Hooper.
I think the Hooper was Focus Sash. I think they said in the match that it was Focus Sash.
I think it lived on like 10% though, from the Leaf Life.
I would have expected Leech Life to bring it down to its Sash, but...
Yeah, I guess not. Crobat's just weak as ass.
Maybe they just didn't invest in attack.
Yeah, no, but it was just generally well played. Finally brought Typhlosion.
And then it did everything. Like, it just won the match.
It was a match where they needed Typhlosion. Like, Redirection plus Magearna, like, they needed a Scarf Eruption.
Yeah, as soon as the Typhlosion came in, the game was pretty much over, because they could just constantly Eruption.
It was good. It's good. It's nice to see them playing well. I feel like the last 2 weeks they've really started playing well. I think there was a point. I think at the start of last week they don't play well. I think there's about turn 2 or turn 3. You see it from Luke on his face where he just goes, you know what, screw it. I don't care anymore. Let's just go aggro. And then ever since that point they've played like immaculately.
Yeah, that play has definitely improved.
They've not worried so much. They've not been in their head. They've just been making plays, and they've been playing well. So maybe we'll see something from them. I think they can afford to drop one game in the next 4 weeks and still make it.
Yeah, I think they're 2-5 now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 2-5. So if they win 3 of the next 4 weeks, they could still cut.
Well, they need to win out completely.
Do they?
Yeah, because you need 6-5.
Oh, you need 6. Okay.
Yeah, so they need to win completely.
They need to win.
They need to go through us as well. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm
not looking forward to it now that their play is just constantly improving, but because they've still got a couple more weeks until they face us, so maybe they're getting better and better.
They're definitely like doing what we did, where like they took their time to learn how to play their team, and I think it's showing now that they're good at using their team.
I would say so.
So it's going to be a bit scary facing them.
Yeah,
but we'll see what we can do. And just generally not much Flawless could have done. I think again similar. I think just the way Subs played, they just kept it under control the whole time.
Yeah, well, like as soon as Trick Room ended and Scarf Typhlosion was in, the game was over.
The Trick Room was fun because that like favored Callum's side more.
Well, they had to take the turn to double switch into Seismitoad and Clefable, but yeah, it did favor them.
Yeah, it was good. Like the fact that they could transition to like, oh, they have Trick Room, let's go into a different mode. Like that was pretty cool. That was good.
Yeah.
Good prep, and Seismitoad pulled its weight.
Yeah, it did.
But no, that was a really hype match to watch. I feel like all the matches this week were hype, and ours was like we thought that our match was gonna be it's gonna be so hype, but like actually it turned out like the rest of the matches were probably more hype because a sweep isn't that hype. I mean, it wasn't so much of a sweep, but like.
Well, shall we go on to the actual sweep? Closer
games where like it goes down to like 2 Mons versus 2 Mons at the end. They're more hype games, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, like, not Scold versus Mythical then.
That
was a sweep. Did Comfy actually get all 6 KOs?
I'm not sure if it did. It might have done.
I feel like the Arcanine snarled something to kill it. I think it snarled the Chandelure, I think.
It was the Snarl Kiss combination. That was the deadly thing.
Yeah, like there wasn't actually anything that Mythical could do.
I mean, to be fair to them, they did say they were playing at 1 AM. Yes. And they were really tired. And to be fair to them, we did play last year at 1 AM, I think, against Juice.
Yeah.
And like that really affected our play.
Oh yeah.
We were
totally
really
sympathize with them.
So we can definitely relate.
Yeah.
when you're tired, you don't play well. And I can understand that when you see a Comfy on the field, you just think, oh, that's just going to be a useless support mon, let's ignore it.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to be max special attack, modest with Life Orb, with Calm Mind, and it's got priority Draining Kiss, and just beats your whole team. Like, who expects that?
No one would. Like,
Exactly.
It was a nice call on.
Like, the Comfy was beating things it should never beat, like Nidoking and Chandelure, and
Yeah.
it was crazy. It was absolutely ferocious.
Yeah.
That Cozy, I think was the nickname.
Yeah,
Like, it was
cozy.
Cozy, yeah.
The Draining Kiss going before the Fake Out as well. I'm pretty sure they went for Fake Out with Medicham, because it's got the same priority, so... That's an interesting interaction there.
Oh, did that actually go before Fake Out? That's cool.
Well, it's the same priority as Fake Out, so if they went for Fake Out, then the Medicham was slower. Like, they've got the same base speed, so it just depended on what speeds things went for, but...
Really? Base 100 is Comfy?
Yeah, it's base 100.
Damn.
You just don't think about its speed because all of its moves it uses are priority, so it doesn't...
I want to use that in VGC so much.
Oh yeah, no, I've been inspired a little bit to try out Comfy now.
Yeah, that was a great game. That was super well played from Joey and Envy.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. So yeah, that's the games from this week. Just Baz and Juice to go. And trust me, it's probably the most hype game this week.
But we had the most hype game, and then everyone else had the most hype game.
It's pretty damn hype. If you can believe it, it's probably more hype. So go and watch that now. But by the time this is going out, that game should be uploaded at the same time. So go over right now to Cybertron or Chimpac's channel and watch their game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's everything from us.
We've broken our record for the longest analysis. So. We're at like 36 minutes, I think we're at the moment.
Damn.
So quite long, and I'm looking forward
we need to get used to it because coming up soon will be, our new series.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to give a little teaser or not? No, maybe.
Well, we can definitely tease. Like we've done one before. So
last summer, something pretty amazing happened, and we played a Nuzlocke, and it was really entertaining, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And there's another one coming up.
Yeah.
Do we want to reveal the game yet, or not? Not quite yet, or maybe.
No, just we want to just tease a little bit, the fact that there's a Nuzlocke is enough.
It's from the best gen.
No, it's not.
It's from the fan voted best gen. Even though I don't know.
Wait, really? Is it actually the fan voted one?
I think it's the fan voted favorite one. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Either way, if you can't get it from that, come back in a week or so, and we'll probably have our first episode out.
Yeah. Look forward to that. Look forward to us versus Juice next week.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. They've just got so many fat mons, and our mons aren't quite as fat. And the way they're playing is so good. Trust me. These are a force to be reckoned with. So, they didn't come top 4 for for no reason last year.
Yeah. But we're out for revenge, though. We lost them last season, so we want our revenge.
Yeah, we that would be nice. We need to win one of the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, we just need one, and then we're in cut. Maybe it will be against Juice. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that. See. The battle for that will be on my channel, the Team Builder on Keen's, and then post-analysis on Miller's.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye-bye.